How do you make editing TikToks less time consuming while still looking professional? You want to be smart about the way that you work. We're saving time. We're working smarter, not harder. So you're going to be looking for ways to cut out gaps of time. Where are you wasting time in your video content production? Most people waste time in the filming and the editing process. So you want to make sure that first off, you are starting with a point to your video. Script your video, and that could be a full out line by line script, or it could be a bullet point script. Understand the points you want to make, because if you just jump on and say, well, I want to talk about this topic, you're going to end up floundering in a lot of these videos. And then you're going to have to start again and again, and maybe you'll make your point, and maybe you won't. It's not going to be as strong as you want. So script it. Bullet points so you know what you're talking about, or script it line by line and film it line by line. If you can film your content line by line, you can write everything out exactly how you want to say it, say one line to camera, then move your camera source, and then film the next line, and then move your camera source and look at the lines and memorize that one line and film that one next line, and then just splice them together. It saves you so much time and effort. But then when you come over to the editing side of things, so many people just sit there and watch through their videos over and over again. They're not quite sure how to do it. So you want to make sure as you're filming videos, if it's not direct to camera the entire time without stopping, you have space in how you are filming this. So you want to make sure that you are starting out by looking at your camera, and then in between every line where you're going to cut, have a dramatic pause. Whether you're moving your camera source or you're just pausing and moving your location on camera, you want to have a gap. Because once you import your footage into your video editing processor, you want to make sure you can see the audio. So you're filming this entire video in one clip. Do not film it in little segments. That makes it way harder. Film it in those segments, but through a continuous video with the dead air time in there. The dead air time will take your audio spikes down to nothing. So you can very clearly see where you ended that sentence. So you can clip there and clip at the start of the next one. Now, if you stumble over your words while you're saying a line, pause slightly. So it'll sound something like this. If I wanted to, I could. And you can see how that really short little gap was there. I can now see in my audio that I paused there. That means I messed up before. Here's the finished version. So as I'm looking for big gaps of dead air. That's where I'm going to be cutting out. Trim that away. I don't even have to listen to it. Because if I stumbled, I then have that little gap in between. I can see, okay, this is where the official part starts. It's going to start here, and I can clip out the rest. I don't even then have to listen to anything I'm doing to find the correct spots, which means I've clipped up my little segments very easily, and now I just have to listen through it once to make sure I clipped in the appropriate spot so it didn't cut off the beginning of my word, or there wasn't too much of a gap in between my last word and my next word. So that's going to save a lot of time and effort as you're creating this content. So you're looking for easy ways to do this. Make sure you are batch creating your content so you know exactly what you're going to be talking about. You can film it easily without having to set up your lights, do your hair and makeup every single video. This can all be done at the same time, so knock out a bunch of videos at once. Script things, bullet points or line by line, and then record your content with silent gaps in between so you can easily see where you're going to be trimming, and then you're good to go from there.